No real promotional hard sell from EdAid here. We work with some incredible partners, whether that's in the boot camp space where we work with the likes of Flatiron and General Assembly and Trilogy, who are owned by 2U, and they do an exceptional job at driving outcomes. And really, their entire financial model is based on outcomes. If the students get an outcome, they don't really exist. And so they're very acute, very focused. We're particularly excited, I mentioned earlier, about the work that 2U's doing with its undergraduate program, where it's dropped the cost for studying economics at LSE from around $150,000 to around $25,000 studying online. I think that's going to be a game changer. And from an EdAid perspective, we're a fairly young platform. We're very focused on driving outcomes. We will fund about 10,000 students to study vocational or graduate level programs in the UK and US this year. We have operations in Australia, Middle East, UK, Europe, Canada, and the US. And we're bootstrapped, so we're not venture backed, so we can take a little bit longer, be a little bit more patient. Any of you who have sold into the higher education sector or partnered with the higher education sector know that the sales cycle is long, but the partnerships are longer. And so we've been patient and really focused on driving incremental revenue per cohort for our university partners, not cannibalizing existing revenue, and then ensuring from a student perspective that those who would otherwise be locked out get access. I think one of the most important and increasingly relevant sectors to the market will be a retention play. So how do we help students on leave of absence come back? So that last mile piece is going to be incredibly exciting and interesting. And that's an area which we at EdAid are focused with. A number of our higher education partners globally is enabling students who've been on leave of absence or had to stop out for financial reasons. How can we enable them to finish? Because there's nothing worse than having part completed a degree. The university can't showcase that student has had an outcome. The student's, quite frankly, quite pissed that they've, for whatever reason, they've not been able to complete. So they've paid for part of the course. They haven't got the certification, and yet they've still got the debt. And so what we do increasingly is help a number of our education partners create a last mile, finisher payment plan that takes the last few $1,000s and spreads that payment over 12 or 24 months so a student can graduate. And then EdAid's responsible for collecting all those payments on behalf of the university. So that final mile piece, I think, is going to be the most exciting piece. Just to give you an idea in terms of size, that runs into many billions of revenue each year that universities are losing because students are unable to complete their graduate programs and go on to a leave of absence status. And so obviously not all of that will come back, but we think somewhere between 30 to 50% will start to come back in if we can help those students close out the last mile.